as you talk about training in the gym, are there examples of differences from minor hockey to junior level to junior level to and so I know I could share some, but I would love to hear from you.
Um, I think it'd be similar to the practices. I mean, a lot of the same aspects, like you talk about weaning out the kids who don't necessarily love the game or don't want to put in the work to make that next level. So I think as I went up, junior, you started to see some of the guys that maybe weren't as committed, maybe didn't want to make that jump, and it's noticeably uh, evident. And then you go to the college level, and it gets tighter again. There's a lot more guys that are wanting to make the next level. There's a select few that you could tell are kind of just at their peak. They're finishing up. They just want to get their education and finish off with hockey. But for the vast majority at the college level, you see guys doing extra lifts, guys doing extra things away from the rink to try and better themselves. Like I said, not just the on ice skill things, but it's just as important in the gym or at home, doing little things to help you get that competitive advantage and ultimately just get better every day, because that's the main thing you want to do, especially at the college level, at the pro level, trying to make that jump to the next level.
Yeah, I think as you said it, the input was a big difference of when I guys that wanted to be in the gym, guys that wanted to get stronger, guys that cared.
Yeah.
I found I found guys, just wanted to get the workouts done and get out as much as yes. I was one of those guys at different points. We all go through our trends and phases.
Yeah.
But there's also guys that hang around the rink forever. And I've talked to many different players on and coaches, sorry, on these podcasts now that they just found themselves when they were young. They're like, yeah, it was that guy, that rink rat that was around watching hockey all the time. And even a couple of them have been pulled onto older kids' practices, maybe because they were short numbers or whatever, but that kid was hanging around the rink. And so they got that hanging around the rink and just being around and loving hockey bought them that opportunity to train with older guys and other things. So it just kind of all works itself out and get kids that care. They want to make it up. Whether they have the NHL dream, they have the dream to be a Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, or they have a pro dream, college dream, junior dream, scholarships, all that type of stuff. I think it matters. That's a huge difference. Popular subject of skill development. In today's hockey game. Can you explain um, some important areas of that you could pass on?
Um, for me, I think it's just at this level, I'm just trying to find any little thing that I could get better at, or identify my weaknesses and just try and work out those weaknesses to try and be better every day. I think skill development in today's day and age, the way the game's changing, from a bigger, stronger to a more faster, skilled paced game, I think it's so important in making that next level. Guys who can skate, guys who can shoot, stick handle. It's all such a big translation when you go from each level to the next. And I think pro is translating a lot more to that skill type game. And I think for me personally, it's always been something that I, especially in this last couple of years, that I really started to notice and take at a different mature level to try and gain knowledge from guys like you, gain knowledge from people who've been through it, who know a lot of the different aspects at the pro level, what helps you be successful, what can you eliminate to help you be successful. And I think gaining that knowledge, implementing it, and not just talking about it, but actually going to use your extra time, whether it's away from the rink with a ball and a stick, you just stick handling at home, whether that's going to the gym and doing something specific that can correlate to skating or different things for power for your shot. And I think that for me, that's personally where I took advantage of opportunities. There's so many different options out there for to learn different things, and you just got to take advantage of the people with knowledge like you in the skills department of the game.
Players need to keep communicating, building the relationship, just like you had mentioned earlier in the conversation. Um, Talking with mentors, players, coaches, parents, whoever, even athletes, basketball players, can always be learning something, and you're always picking that other person's brain or mindset. of what they've learned and how they came across it. Do you want to explain some things away from the rink that has helped you on a player development side?
Yeah. I've always had a big focus on trying to work on my hands, trying to be better with my stick, with puck control. And I think just I didn't do it as much as I think I should have at a younger age. And I think that's a big thing to stress is at an earlier age, the more you can drive these fundamentals, these skills into your mind, it becomes almost natural when you get to the college level, you get to the junior level. Like it's evident. You see skilled players, you can tell. You ask them questions like you stick handle when you're younger, and they've put in countless hours. And I think I've noticed that now, and I was not necessarily behind, but I really want to aspire to be the best player I can. So if I see a guy that's doing something in regards to skills, I want to learn to be just as good or better at that skill. So like I would shoot pucks at home, I would work on my shot, watch videos online on how to change my release to be quicker, different, or whether it's stick handling, I'd uh, look. There's so many different opportunities you can look out there for stick handling drills away from the rink, stuff you can do on the ice. But I think that's an important balance to notice. Just as much work you put in at the rink is you got to put in just as much away from the rink too. It helps so much.
For sure, extra things. Can you explain some extra things that you do? Um,
Yeah, I think one thing I really do is just simple stick handling with a ball, with a green biscuit, setting up circuits outside my house. I spend a lot of time in the summer setting up different obstacles, working on in tight stick handling, different poles, and then I'll just take a bucket of pucks. I'll go to the sports court near my house. I'll work on my shot, like stationary shooting. Sometimes I'll throw on my rollerblades, especially this past year with quarantine and not being able to skate. I think I was able to take advantage of that. And yeah, anything you can do that translates to the ice, I think is so important. And if you take that time and really focus on those things, acquire the knowledge from guys like you on what to do, different drills. You guys have all the information. It's just about reaching out, wanting to get better, and taking advantage of that.